Hello, this is Judy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be putting together the Stars and Sparklers scrapbooking workshop from Close to My Heart. This is currently available May and June of 2021. And if this video you're watching after that time, it may still be available online. So you can search for it to find it on my website. But if you don't find it, it's still nice to see the designs. You can use other papers for the same kind of layout. So I'm going to go through the cutting diagram and speed up the video. If you have any questions, please let me know. If I find anything I want to explain a little bit more, I will stop and explain it live so that I can answer some questions before you may have them. So in the kit, you're going to get the star sequins, which these are so cool, and you also get a stencil, the directions, which explains how to cut everything really well. You're going to get the sticker sheet, which is really high quality paper cardstock stickers, the paper pack, which is 2 of each design, double-sided. You will get some die cuts, and these are labeled by project. So this is all project 1, this is project 3. This one, let's see, project 2. This is project 3. Wow, there's a lot in this one, project 3. Some exclusive paper that's only available in their workshops, and coordinating cardstock. That's, I believe, Scarlet, Sapphire, and 2 Daisy, White Daisy. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking apart these sheets. I also want to mention that there are 3 projects in this scrapbooking workshop. So as you cut your paper and take apart your laser cut sheets, put them into the project pile. Make 3 piles, one for project 1, 2, and 3, and put these in each pile so that you have them ready to go. Okay, and these are really easy. There's they come apart so nice. And I don't know which of these is going to be used in the project. So I'm going to keep all the pieces. And even if I don't use this part, I can use it on another layout. If I don't use this die cut piece, I can use that on a different layout. So I always keep all the pieces, in other words, because you never know. Okay, and those are project 3. It looks like these are going to be the inlays for that sunburst die cut. And we'll see when we get to the directions. And yes, I don't always read the directions first, and I should, but I like to get these done and out of the way. So I'm going to speed up through this while I pull all these pieces out. You'll note they come out really easily, and there are so many of them. Make sure you put them in their coordinating pile for project 1, 2, and 3. Again, I stress that. So, and I will go live here in a minute to tell you some more. For the directions that you should read before you start your project, but I should have, but didn't. I've been making them a long time though, so I hope I didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, I should always read the directions. It gives you your other materials needed to complete the projects as they have them in this scrapbooking workshop, okay? direction page. It says what kind of photos that they have geared towards these layouts, so you can use any size photos you want. Just remember that that's what they have in the workshop. If you change that, it will determine any of your photo mats. Okay, so if you know a piece is a photo mat and you're not going to use that photo mat, then you don't have to cut it. So sometimes I'll go through like these 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. I know that is 1C, so that means it's project 1, and it has on here 1A, 1B, 1C is behind this photo. It's a photo mat. So if I don't want to have a 6 by 4 photo there, I don't have to cut that photo mat, and I can save that paper. So what I usually do is I will go through and note which ones are photo mats and mark them so that I don't have to cut them until I'm ready. Okay, so let's see, this is a photo mat, that's a photo mat, photo mat. Put my glasses on so I can read it. I'm looking like 1H is probably a photo mat because it's a 3 by 4. Let's see, it has 1D, 1E, 1F, 1H. 1H is a photo mat. 1G and 1F, and I think those are ones I already did. 1G, I haven't found 1G yet. Let's see, but this is a photo mat. Oh, 1G is right there. So those are 4 photo mats for project 1 on the scarlet paper. So you have 1 there, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in this one we're going to have, that's not going to be a photo mat, that's not a photo mat, that doesn't have a photo mat. They are just pieces of cardstock that are already bannered pieces. Let's see, this one, there is a photo mat here. It is 3D, and these are photo mats. So 3H, I, J, and K are all photo mats. So we can check those, which would be all of these are photo mats. So I don't have to cut those because I don't know if I'm going to use those as photo mats or not. All right. Because I have 1 photo here, and I've been working on getting my other pictures done, but I haven't done them yet. So I don't want to cut photo mats in case my photos are not that size. Save on the paper when I can. Okay, other directions. Trim all the zip strips, which is the 1/2 inch at the top of the paper, and then it tells you what zip strips they're going to use. Now this one here, they cut in half. A zip strip, it's 1/4 by 11 1/2, so it's not even the whole 12 inches. But it's easier to cut that to 1/4 inch when it's already on here. Okay, so you put it in the trimmer, cut it twice to get your 2 half ones, rather than try and cut this in half when it's already cut off of the base paper. I hope that's as clear as mud. The first cut is designated by scissors. If it has a star, it is going to be using the opposite side of the paper than they show in the cut diagram. Okay. The light gray on the cutting guide are the project pieces. The white pieces are leftover paper. And that would be, these are project pieces. This piece is white, so that would be leftover. You can use as a scrap for something else. Okay. Here's one, 2C has a star, so that we would be using the opposite side, which would be, this is the cut side, this is the back, so it would be this paper used as 2C and 2F because that has a star. Okay, so that's kind of how they gear their workshops if you've never done them before, or if you ever didn't realize that. So, all right, so let's get cutting. I do the zip strips first. We're really gonna zip through this fast because it's a relatively easy workshop to cut. I do want to mention that you need to follow carefully the directions when you cut the diagonals on those small pieces. Okay, it's time to put together project 1. And the first thing we need to do is to mix up some texture paste to stencil on some stars. And this is going to go on both pages, the white daisy cardstock here and up there on that page. Alright, so I got out my texture paste. And this is a brand new one. I'll show you how it comes. It has a foam topper to it so that it keeps it protected, and it looks like it's pretty dry. So let's see. Oh no, it's not. It's good. Okay, it's just the way it was. So mix it up a little bit just to get it an even consistency. And this is the opaque mat. And just put out what you're going to use on your craft sheet. Got out a piece of plastic packaging. You can use saran wrap or whatever you may have around. It just helps to keep the moisture in because the air is what makes it dry. So it says to get your Carolina ink re-inker. If you don't have a re-inker, you can use your ink pad. Smush your ink pad onto your craft sheet first and then add the texture paste. And I'm going to put the re-inker over here and then drag it in so I can get the color I want. Because the more you add, the darker it gets. And I like this more, it's sturdier, not as flexible spatula. So we're going to have some little stars up here, and then the big star is going to be down here. Now you can put this down with washi tape if you're unsure of how to do the stencil, so it doesn't pop up like that. So that looks good. Let's see, a couple more down here. I don't want to lay that onto the star. That will go there. Wipe that off. And up here we're going to have stars. I'll make sure I have that right. It goes down there, so right up here I want the stars. That here, and now I can put it down and hold it still. And this stencil, you just wash it after you're done, and you can reuse it for any other projects you have. Save it and reuse it. Go. Now for the other sheet, we want it just up in the corner. And it'll be this corner up here, and it'll be like this. And you can change it up and add as many as you want. Now I have more stencil paste that is colored, so I'm going to add some more because I don't know how many, where my pictures are going to be, remember. So I'm going to go ahead and just fill in the rest of these stars down here. They might get covered up depending on if I have a lot of photos. They might not, but might as well use this rather than throw it away. Get a nice smooth application. All right, might as well add the rest, right? Let's see. I don't want to lay it over top of that because that's still wet. not afraid of getting it on my glass mat because that cleans off real good. I think this will probably be covered up, but I have more stencil paste, so it looks like it moved a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind. We're just having fun. That one. All right. As well, got some more here, so I might as well use it up. Don't want to go off your stencil though, like here or there, because it will leave lines. So that looks good. Add some more to this one. I think I have enough for a big one, so let's go ahead and cover that there. Got a hair on there. Okay. I think that's gonna do me. Okay. Why not? I'm just asking for a disaster here. All right, I'm going to go and clean this up, and then I'll be back. Now, these need to dry, so I'm going to put these aside, and when they're dry, we will work on that project. So we're going to move on to project number 2, which is this one, and the Carolina Fireworks is the base pages. And we're going to put these on the tops. This is a border strip. I'm going to take all the pieces and lay it out as the directions show. It makes it easier for me to make sure I have all the correct pieces, for one thing. Now, according to the directions, you can use this to cut out the dovetail. So if you want to do it like that, I would put a pencil mark on this side so that you can cut along the pencil mark and it does not show. I don't have a pencil handy, so I'll just use a marker and hope it doesn't show to the other side. I just want to mention that when I cut the line, I cut above it, so none of it is left on the paper when it's done. And it seems to work pretty good this way. All right, so that is the basic layout. And I am going to piece it together. It does have some stickers up here that I probably put up on wax paper so that I can tuck things underneath it for whatever pictures I'm going to layer, and the truck as well. Apply texture paste to the base page with a palette knife and allow it to dry. And then you put it over the top. Okay, so that's what they have on this one too. I'm guessing what that is there. What that does is it allows the sticker to show more. It gives it more definition when you lay it on the page with something behind it. This next segment involves inking all the edges of the pieces. There are so many of them, and I really wanted to add that definition to distinguish the layers, and inking the edges gives me that look. I'm really speeding up through this because it's quite lengthy, and now I am gluing everything down and attaching the layers. I use my tweezers to lift up that border strip to put the little strips underneath it. And it's so pretty. All these little pieces are so cool. I normally would not do something like this, so that's one of the advantages of using these workshops, is it takes me out of my comfort zone, gives me new ideas, inspires me and all that. Now behind this truck I'm adding some of that texture paste to give it some more definition, and of course I have to let it dry, but it looks pretty cool. And then under this sticker is another area that I add that texture paste. So pretty soon I'll come back on and talk some more about what I'm doing. So I hope you enjoy this whole process of putting it together. And I'm using some of the sticker release paper from the big sticker sheets that they give us to make my clusters. And it works great. A lot of people use wax paper, but hey, this sticker paper is free and I have lots of it, a great big sheet, so why not use it? Now I'm putting together this sunburst effect layer for project 3. And I took all those pieces and made sure I have them in the correct area. Then I flip it over and glue it down that way. Well, it worked pretty good. Now while I'm doing this, I found that I wanted a more definition, so I added some toffee ink around the edges of that white piece just to make it stand out, and it worked good. They also included this little pinwheel. It's just adorable, and it's pre-folded, so you just fold it and glue it together. And then that one piece that was like a flower, I cut the edges to be able to use my bone folder to add some curl to it. And now I'm going to put the page together. And yeah, the stickers are so cool. The Home Sweet Home and all the stars and the sunburst. It's just a great collection. I hope you liked it. So this is the layout as they have it with the photo mats. And of course I have the stickers that I can put on after I put my photos on. So I really like this page. And putting that brown ink around the edges really made those layers pop. That was a fun page. This is a really pretty paper packet. This is the other layout, and this goes here after that texture paste dries, and of course this will be here with this. And I did see some white stars on here that may be the ones that I saw on the directions and the layout that I thought were texture paste. There are some little stars sprinkled throughout here, which is really nice that they add those on to use. There's a lot of other stars too you can incorporate into your project and a lot of other areas. So this one will be here for that layout. That's really pretty. And lastly, oh, we haven't done this one. We have to finish the page 1 now. All right, so that's that. This is pretty much dry, so we'll put this one together. I got all the pieces for this project, and a couple things I want to mention before I go to fast forwarding through this is for my purpose anyway, since I don't have my photos yet, I don't know where I'm going to put this big star. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this on a scrap piece of paper and glue down the points in the middle so it is together but it's not adhered to my page, so I can move it as I need to. And the same for this little star that I'm going to put together for here. All right. And these pieces are whole pieces, and some of them they tell you to cut them in half to layer them on 3D to give it more dimension. and I'm going to cut mine. They said you can cut or fold. I'm going to cut because then I can use the other piece on another project I may create using this paper. I'll put it all back into the little plastic envelope that comes with the page collection scrapbooking workshop, and I'll put it all back in there, so in the future if I ever want to create a project with this, I'll have those pieces to use if I want to. And then once it gets down to the nitty-gritty and there's not much left, then it'll go in the garbage if I don't use it. But you know, I'd rather have it in case I need it, because I could cut out a little tag or a lot of different things out of a little piece of paper, and that all coordinates. So I want to have that available for projects I may do. Anything else to mention? Oh, I'm going to ink all the edges, and I won't make you watch that again. And then I will be back and we will proceed. So I have all my pieces ready to go, and I cut them all in half that had half pieces so that I would have more to use on another project. However, that means when I pop them up on phone tape, you might be able to see something underneath. But I'm okay with that. But I just wanted to mention that in case you don't want to do that. So I have my little piece of white paper down here, and I'm going to just attach these to that and then build my star. My star is built. Very pretty. All right, now they have a little star in the middle. Looks like 2 stars and a sequin. So because this has a little bit on the back, I'm going to get my release paper. Okay, so that's good. Now from the sticker sheet, got the big star here. And the brown star. And this is so pretty in real life. Much prettier than in the catalog. All right, so that's done. We just have a little bit building down here with some of the other pieces. So I hope you enjoyed this. I will have close-ups of all the little bits and pieces that I added stuff to so that you can see them up close. And I know this video is last minute, but the kit will probably be available for a little while. I do not believe it's sold out yet. Has been very popular though, so if you like it, you might want to go on and get it. But really good designs that you can use with other papers. So if you like the design, you know, go ahead and copy it for other papers you may have. Thank you again for watching. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Thank you so much.